Hello, my friend. If you have found this video, your inner wisdom has connected you to the awareness that you are ready to start or deepen an established practice of inner body to outer body intelligence. What this will do is not only will it help you feel resilient during times of great change, but it will deepen your ability to connect to your own intuition, your confidence, and your discernment. And in fact, these kinds of practices are essential for any higher consciousness awareness or any type of deliberate reality creation that you would like to engage in, especially if you want to do so with all your eyes wide open. One of the reasons I say this is as a magician, alchemist, wizard, however you identify. Your body, in essence, is your magical rod or wand. Your spine itself is actually your wand. Our erect spine is what allows us to receive and channel and ground energies through our body. And when our body is well maintained, when we know how to listen to the signals our body is giving us, and we understand how to interpret the energies that we receive, we can receive an enormous amount of information from both our inner source and from the energies and experiences around us. Our body is what you might even consider not only a divining rod, but it's almost like a tuning fork. It's really quite a fascinating piece of equipment. And your consciousness is currently powering it and experiencing itself through your body. So while you yourself are not your body is the super cool biological spaceship that you are shooting through this world in. And the more you take care of it and understand how it functions, the more you can traverse this reality with ease, with clarity, and honestly have a lot of fun while you're doing it. The reason why this video, at the time you are watching this, is more pertinent than ever is at the time of making this video, and we can make a note that time is all relative and a matter of perspective, but I'll simply say at the time of making this video, I have been receiving awarenesses of impending energetic momentum. I'll say that another way. If you were a meteorologist and you understood how to read patterns and weather signals, you could see perhaps when a huge wind or a lot of rain might be coming over the horizon. And in the ways that I have learned to interpret and read energy within me and around me, a big message has been coming through for myself and for any who resonate with the messages that I share. That this is a time to develop grounding practices within your body, to develop routines. In a sense, we are developing a grounded stance. If you've ever seen martial artists, I think about when they're about to face something, they sort of center their body, spread their legs a little bit, and really firmly plant it to the ground. In a lot of ways, both literally and metaphorically, we are being offered information that would suggest it's very wise to be doing that at this time. Now, I don't mean you have to always be ready or tense or freaked out, and it's not even that I'm suggesting anything bad is going to happen. I think it's more accurate to say that if you understood a lot of rain was coming, then maybe some of the steps you would take would be to check your roof, make sure all the holes are plugged, to take anything in out of the rain that you didn't want to get wet. And in a similar sense here, the connecting with your body in deliberate ways and starting a practice of inner resilience now will help you ease in as the energetic momentum of the world within us and around us picks up. In a sense, you're almost conditioning your body, your psyche, and your spirit to be in optimal health, so that as changes are going on around you and within you, you meet them with the fullness of your being. Now, there are many ways that we can establish a physical practice. What I'll go ahead and do is I will share a few that you can explore for yourself. Because the truth is, there's not necessarily one main physical practice that absolutely everyone must or should follow. There is what is resonant for you and your unique system, and there are some practices that are nearly universal for people, because for most people, or many people with bodies, they work very well. Some examples of that can be things like yoga, or the practice of mixed martial arts. A very popular one lately has been jiu-jitsu. What's interesting about jiu-jitsu is that it has a lot of body intelligence, but it also involves you connecting with other human beings. I would say jiu-jitsu has been an incredible advent and experience, because it has allowed men to find ways to connect with each other, that even though it's a level of combat, it's a combat that requires pauses and patience. And during that time, you have body closeness in a way that most men aren't really allowed to be close to others. And it's in some ways a challenge that there has been such pressure on men to not touch other men, for fear of being perceived a certain way, because all humans benefit from human to human contact. Human to human contact does not need to be sexual in nature. It is a very normal thing for us to enjoy body closeness and information with each other. So activities such as dance, such as jiu-jitsu, such as hiking, yoga, activities in which you are in nature or immersed in nature and you can be very present. Any activity that gets you moving and in a flow-based state could be seen as an activity that helps you develop this body resilience and awareness. Now, some of the most powerful ones I've experienced are ones that incorporate awareness of your movement, your breath, of pause and patience, but also bring sweat to you. It's one of the reasons why yoga is very popular, because yoga can be very intense and make you sweat, but it also comes with pauses. It also stretches and opens your body and gives you opportunities to release stored energetic patterns in your physical body. I'll repeat this. Physical, deliberate exercise helps us metabolize stored energetic patterns within the body. Remember how we talked about the perspective of karma as an energetic pattern. In some ways, you could experience body movement and awareness as one of the ways that we can metabolize stored energy patterns. It's actually one of the reasons why there are certain breath techniques that claim to be able to purify karma, because they're actually drawing the life force energy up and down the spine. Remember how I talked about the spine being your wizard rod? And it helps you move this energy from a place of acting out in repeated patterns to opening up the space. Now, what's really important is as you are clearing space, you combine that with intentional focus on what you would like to bring into more in your life. And it can be as simple as intentional focus, visualizing how it gets to be easier and easier for you to connect to the people that uplift you, or how it gets to be more and more simple for you to connect with whatever it is that would bring you joy. Or if you're in a state of pain or unknowing, how you are intrigued to know what is about to change in your life that will connect you with more uplifting scenarios around the corner. Remember, all of this isn't about trying to gaslight yourself into pretending things are what they are not, but it is about meeting the moment where it's at and then offering new perspectives of curiosity on what could be in the present moment. I understand that was a bit of a mouthful. I also understand that this may be a concept to sit with for a little while. So I invite you to, if it doesn't make sense right away, I invite you to sit with it a little bit. Because in each of these videos, in each of these tellings, there are transmissions here for you. And sometimes it's like building a puzzle piece where you have different pieces that are coming together. And if you don't see the whole picture right now, that's okay. Maybe the piece you received today is exactly what you needed to digest for a piece that's coming just around the corner. And in that way, you can remember to be very deliberate, very patient and curious with yourself, and remind yourself it's okay if you don't get everything right away. We always receive exactly what it is we need moment to moment. And you are right now delivering yourself the wisdom to connect with this message at the perfect place and time in just the way that it will support you in the way it needs to. And that is something I have found in my own life that I can deeply trust with every and any piece of wisdom that I have come across. And I believe this to be so for you as well. If you are interested in bringing on a body practice, I've started by sharing a few pieces that are key. Deliberate breathing, moving to the point of sweat, being able to be gentle with your body, right? It's not about harming your body or hurting your body. So make sure anytime you're engaging in an energy practice, energetic moving practice, that you either work with a professional or with a course or teaching that is going to guide you through it in a way that's healthy and sustainable for your body. And of course, I would encourage you anytime you are looking to shift energy or exercise to consult with any medical professionals. It is very important that you check with yourself on all levels when making shifts and changes. Now, if you are curious what kind of practice would be good for you, or if you've tuned into this video and you're ready to start somewhere, the main elements to consider are what is safe for you in your environment, because we all have different environments we're in. I'm in an environment where it is easy for me to walk and explore nature. So that is one of the practices I regularly incorporate. And I also incorporate a lot of dance and stretching into my life. If you live more in a city, then you might explore nearby classes. I would encourage you to perhaps start searching, whether physically or using the internet, to explore what might be around you while holding the intention that you will find not only the right tools for you, but perhaps even the right community. In a previous video, I talked about finding your right community, your resonant community. And sometimes if you feel inspired or interested in trying a new course or experience or way of moving or a new class, sometimes you find your people, as it were, that way. It's a very interesting exploration. But if nothing else, then I hope that you give yourself every single day at least 5 minutes of some kind of movement. A good one is Qigong or Tai Chi. There are a lot of videos on YouTube that walk you through good Qigong and Tai Chi practices. And if nothing else, participating in movements like that, if they feel resonant for you, are going to be of huge help. Combination of breath, movement, and body heat. The body heat is how you know you're transmuting. Another thing to keep in mind is it's important to allow yourself enough space to be committed to a practice and then evaluate. A good rule of thumb I use for myself is somewhere around 20, 21, 27 days to participate in something before I reevaluate and either continue or shift it. The patterns that we repeat become the shape of our lives in reality. I feel that is all in today's video, but I hope that this has been of deep service to you, and that if you have any questions on any of these specific practices, would like to go in deeper with them, or how they work and how they support you, let me know. I am inspired by you and your continued commitment to your growth, to your development, to your awakening, I have every confidence that you're continuing to connect with all the wisdom you need here and now. If you have any other interests and support, there will be links in the description, and please do feel free to like and subscribe if this has been of service.